Morning, guys. Let's get going. So we are going to learn today about small business Facebook marketing basics. A lot of times we get going, we see all these posts on social media about all the cool things that Facebook advertising and being on Facebook can do for you, but we don't know where to start, or we try to jump in and do some of these things without really having the basic foundation built. So I just want to cover some of the basics for new businesses and small businesses, especially small businesses in small towns, on ways that they can utilize Facebook to benefit them. So you're probably asking, what did I get myself into by this point? Like, what am I going to learn here? So this is kind of what we're going to cover, if you guys aren't already aware. We're going to cover setting up your Facebook profile, adding a call to action button, types of content that we should post. We'll cover a little bit with dealing with negative comments, and then we'll start creating your first ad. And there's a little bonus at the end with what you can do for a brick and mortar store that I'm kind of excited to share that's brand new with Facebook as well. All right, so I think it's important to have some statistics on here so people can understand why it's important to be on Facebook. A lot of it's just the interaction that your consumers have. 92% of consumers believe recommendations from their friends and family. So having a place that your customers can go and see what their friends are saying, what other people are saying about your product, is a really great thing for your business. Even if it's not specifically getting you sales, it's a place that your customers can interact and learn a little bit about you and your personality and kind of grow that trusting relationship with you. And 57% of purchasers' decisions are based on others' recommendations, which, again, it's important to have a place where they can see those recommendations and have a place to find them. So those are the two I really like to share. All right, Facebook usage. I think this is kind of interesting. I made this a PDF so it would work a little easier, but it's not quite as easy as I thought. All right, use of Facebook by college students has been decreasing. I feel like it's a common statistic that Facebook users are getting older. But while the alumni has increased by 64.6%, and it depends on your target market where you should be advertising, but they're still in smaller towns. Facebook is still a really prominent way to be. It's the social media that people use. So I like to keep focus on this, no matter what your age is or your target age is, because in smaller towns, Facebook is still the place where most people are looking for their information about businesses. And use of Facebook by people over 55 has increased by 80%. And a lot of our target markets are that demographic, the over 50. And they are more and more on Facebook and understanding how to research the companies and find information that they're looking for. So I think it's very important to have more information that's geared a little bit more towards the older generation when you're thinking about some of your posts, and we'll get into that in a little bit here, but just good to kind of know where the numbers are at with Facebook. All right, we will get started with the actual portion of Facebook on here, setting up your profile. So the easy part with setting up your profile is going to be all the information that is about you. I find that to be the easiest part. So I will open up, see if I can share this with you now. Let's see. Bear with me, this is my first time using Google Hangouts to do my webinar, so gotta learn as I go. All right. Okay, so I have this test set up here. I actually created this account a while ago just to have for testing purposes, and I linked it to, if you use Business Manager for Facebook, if you have multiple accounts, sometimes you need a dummy account just to link it to. So anyways, this is my dummy account that I have set up. So if you want to change your About section, you click on the About and you can just go right in and start editing each one. So the important ones I feel that we should all be focusing on, obviously your name, your category, if you have a brick and mortar store that has hours, having the hours on here are super helpful for people. A lot of times when you do a Google search to find hours, that's going to be the first thing that pops up is the Facebook page. And if it's listed right there, easy for them to find. If they're on the way to your store and want to make sure you're open, that is a great way to do it. So having that filled in. If you have a company overview, I like to put in under the description, the long description, I like to list products or services that I have. In a little more detail, short description can just be kind of a title, your tagline, whatever you think would be interesting. If you have a brick and mortar store, the address is always good to put in. As well, and that is what's going to make the map show up for you. And then the other thing is that's super important. It's actually the most important thing I think that you need to have on your Facebook page is going to be your website. This is how people are going to find you. When they're interacting with your Facebook page and they're liking what you have and they want to make that next purchase, they're going to look for your web address. And if it's not easy for them to find, it should be when they see your name, when you're commenting on stuff, or when they hover over your name, they should see right away your web address. So make sure that that is on there. I think that's the most important thing that all businesses need. So make sure you have that. All right, the next important thing here, obviously, is making your profile pretty. So up here on the top, you have your cover photo is going to be the big long picture, and that size should be 851 pixels wide by 315 pixels tall to optimize the space there on your screen. And to change that, you just click on the add cover, upload photo, and that's really easy to do if you have a photo ready, if you have made one. If you haven't made one, Canva is a really great source to use, canva.com. It's a free website. If you use some of their stock images, you might have to pay $1 to use them, but otherwise it's a great graphics program that you can put your own photo in and then overlay some text, some basic boxes, stuff like that, banners, and then just export it so you can upload it right to Facebook. And it's all free unless you use some of their stock images. So that is a great resource that a lot of businesses use, canva.com, canva.com. And you just click on it, and from there, one of the options is make a Facebook cover, and it's already sized to the right size that you need it for and everything. So it's a great tool. Your profile photo, the smaller box, should be at least 180 pixels by 180 pixels. The thing people forget to remember is to have space around their logo when they save it. So make sure it will, if that's your logo. If it's a picture of yourself, you can move it around and make it fit. But a lot of times when you upload your photo there, it doesn't fit the space because it's expanding your picture to be a square, that 180 by 180. So make sure you save your photo as a square, but leave some white space around the logo when you save it. So when you save it, the logo is centered in the middle and it's not stretched out to the edges of the box. So that's just a little tip for you there. I see that all the time on people's Facebook profiles, is they have a logo, but it extends out both corners of the picture, which I think makes it look a little bit less professional. So all right, so the other thing on here, I should check the comments here just to make sure I'm not going too fast. All right, make sure to comment there if you guys have any questions as we go. I don't want to go too fast, but there's just some great information here, and I get kind of excited, and when I'm excited, I talk faster. So stop me if you have questions as we go. I know the live feed is about 10 seconds behind where I'm at, so if I don't catch it right away, I'll try to stop and go back. So. All right. So the call to action button is this button right here that you see over the top of your profile picture. I think a lot of people don't realize it's there. If you don't visit your own Facebook page a lot, you don't notice it. But I think it's a great tool that businesses can use. If you click on this create call to action, it actually pops up right here You can have a contact us, a book now, play games, sign up, watch videos, send email. I think it's just a great way to have people be able to easily contact you without having to leave and go to your website. If you have send email, you can put right in there your email address. Just hit create. And then next time someone clicks on it, well, I'm still in my user mode, but it'll automatically open up an email for them, which is super slick. You can also have it be a link to your website if you want it to go right to your contact page on your website. If you do contact us, you can put your web address in there. I would recommend putting it directly to your contact page. So simplewolf.com/contact us. Make sure you have the full link in there so they don't have to hunt for it. If you have a shop now, you could go directly to your store page on your website. Sign up could be if you have like an event like this coming up. I think I had that on my Facebook page so people could sign up for this event. If not, I should have. So it's just something that you can continue to update as you're using it. So we'll go back here to the presentation. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys some ideas that you can use for your cover photos. I had them on the presentation here. I like to utilize it, keep it fresh, not just have a basic something that I never change for this big image for your cover photo. It's huge real estate that you guys should be using. You can advertise specials when they're coming up, big events that are coming. This one I did for a bridal show that she had advertising that she's a wedding planner or decorator and also puts on this bridal show. So she puts this big ad on her Facebook bridal decorating Facebook page to advertise her fall bridal show. So it's a great way to link different pages together or just advertise specials like this bar advertised their happy hour right there on their Facebook page to get people to notice it. And I just like to change out my own ads with different topics that people might have. So this one was stop trying to DIY everything. So use it to your advantage. It's a huge chunk of prime real estate that they're going to see if they visit your page. So make sure you're advertising right there. This is the one place I'm going to say advertise for your business on Facebook is right there on your banner. All right, we did our call to action button. All right, so now what? People always wonder what they should be posting. I cringe when I look at someone's Facebook page and it's all posts about their business. It's all this is what I sell, but contact me to buy this, and if you need this product, contact me. I make Facebook pages when I manage Facebook pages for businesses. I make them something that I would want to follow. So if you wouldn't personally want to see the content that you're posting in your own newsfeed, don't post it. I recommend at least every fourth post, at least spread it out that much via pushing your own product or service. But otherwise, try to make it fun and engaging in a place that your customers can interact with each other. And the rule of every fourth post depends on how often you're posting as well. So know your audience and how much they want to see that you're posting. If you're a bar doing something, have a big fun event coming, it might be more reasonable that you'd be posting more often. If you have lots of content that you can push out, a couple times a day, that's great. But if you're a small business like myself, I only post a couple times a week. I don't want to bombard my customers. I don't want them to get annoyed with seeing something from me all the time. So 2 to 3 times a week is usually what I strive for in most small businesses, just to stay fresh, have a place where they can find stuff about you and see you. So that's what I recommend there for most of my businesses. And so some of the content that I like to post, one of the banks I do, I like to have helpful tips, put something like I have here, post 10 ways to save money on your next trip to the grocery store. So you're talking about money, but it has nothing to do with the bank itself. but it's a helpful tip that is in the field, it's related, but you're not boosting yourself. So I think that's a great way to formulate your posts that you're going to be doing, your content, is find things that are related to you. So jokes and comics, I like to use different things about, on my feed about freelancers working from home, and it's a picture of a guy in their pajamas, something like that, some sort of comedic relief put in there, jokes. When I did one for an internet company, there's always jokes about your wireless working or not working, or mom and dad not knowing how to use the computer. Find jokes related to your field and use those once a week. Have something fun. Or if inspirational quotes are something that you believe in, if you do like a holistic type of business, having different types of feel good, positive, motivational quotes. Do Quote Monday or something like Mantra Monday. I think I have set up on one of my accounts. So do something that's kind of consistent. If you have a very active Facebook page when people really interact, you could do something every week. You could do a Throwback Thursday and tell people to post their favorite photos using your products, back in the day, if you've been around a while. Or Feedback Friday is one that one of my friends does on hers, so people can interact, they can ask questions, and use that time and make sure to say, hey, I'll be live on Facebook at 10 a.m. Ask me any questions you want. That's a great way to use it as well. Other great tips, DIY. I do a Facebook page for a daycare, and that's a super fun one to do because I get to post kid crafts all the time and kid snacks, and it's never about them, because the people on their Facebook page are going to be parents of kids that are going there, or potential parents. So it's really all about the kids that they service. So I love doing that one because it's just so much fun to search Pinterest for ideas of what can be posted. So hopefully this is kind of giving you guys some ideas to post about. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask me right now. If you want to tell me your industry, we can kind of go over a few topics for your industry too. I would love to help you out with that. I'll keep going, but I will check the comments notes here as we go along. All right, so this is just the most effective social media posts. This is actually a little outdated. This is from 2015, from a presentation I did for a small business association. But so on here it shows what's effective. That big box is there. There we go. Video images are going to be the most effective. I ran a video ad recently, and it's amazing how many people see video content. So I see Mary Jo's a health coach. Having content for you would be great to post videos on how to do maybe some yoga stretches, or how to make a healthy meal. I'm not sure if that's quite the industry that you're in, Mary Jo, but having different videos like that. Food videos go viral. I mean, it's amazing how someone can have, I think it's, there's one Facebook page that posts how-to videos on, and it's just showing them making a simple meal or a simple set of bars or something like that, and people share it, and they're sharing it on their own page because it's a recipe that they like. So videos are great. Yes, you can post YouTube videos on Facebook. If you share the link of the YouTube video on Facebook, here I'll show you. Let's see if I have one. I'll go back to share my screen. Let's see, screen 2. Share. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen here. So if I go to YouTube, I'll just grab something from my channel. Let's go to my other channel. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if I wanted to share this video that I created here, so it's just a short little intro blurb. If you do the share here, and if you want to share it, you can just copy this right here. If you want to share to Facebook directly, you can click directly on that link. I usually copy and paste the actual address here right onto my Facebook. So make sure you're the one posting. I do quite a few accounts, so you just got to make sure the right image is showing up there. So if I copy and paste that, it automatically pulls the YouTube video in for me, which I think is slick. And then make sure you delete the URL. The video stays there, but the URL goes away. Facebook actually rates posts higher if the URL isn't listed. I know a lot of people will post their comment and paste the URL and just hit publish, and it's actually harming you by not having, or by having the URL there. So I like to just add a comment. So this would obviously be promoting myself. It's my own video. But if you had something that you found on YouTube, like a health, yoga thing or whatever, you could do the same thing. You can go to any video, it doesn't have to be your own, and do that share button like I showed you here on Facebook. This is going to be on every video you look at. So like if I just clicked on any of these, that's always an option there to have the share. So yes, you can post directly to Facebook from YouTube. And if you wanted to boost the post itself, once you have it posted on here after you hit publish, you can go in and boost the post then and put that, make it an ad to run. You can't, when you're creating an ad in the ads manager, you can't actually upload it from YouTube. You'd have to upload the video directly from your desktop, upload it, and it takes, uploading a video for an ad is like a couple-hour process, and I've got a fairly decently fast internet, one of the fastest I know of. So, and it took me a couple hours to do the last video I uploaded this week. So have some patience if you have to do it that way. Otherwise, you can boost it. It's just not quite as effective to use the boosting. I actually never use this option. I always upload directly myself in the ads manager, but hopefully that helped you there. Let's go back to, let's just double speed that up. Okay. All right, so some of the other media post types that are common, headlines, just having text is going to be the lowest form. So you always want to have some sort of media with your posts. Images, videos are going to be great. You want to have something that sparks interaction. Sorry, I'm just reading. Just created a cookbook for Amazon Kindle and I have a video trailer. That's perfect. That would be a great way to promote yourself. Videos get seen so much more than even just images. I mean, having a fun image is great, but when that image moves, it really draws your eye directly to it. So that's a great idea, Mary Jo. All right, so one idea that I saw, this Andrew Knapp post, this is actually on Instagram, but you could use the same idea on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media you're using. But he does kind of a Where's Waldo thing with his border collie. So every time he posts a picture, it's fun just to look for where his border collie is, because he's somewhere in the picture. So it's interaction and people share it. It's just a fun thing to do, but it's also promoting his photography business. So it's a great way to promote yourself without actually promoting yourself. You're seeing, oh, this is a great shot. He's a great photographer. He's got a sense of humor. So I really like his stuff and the way he does that. All right. Negative Nellies. So we're always going to have the naysayers on Facebook, and I hear it so often from small businesses, especially in small towns. They say, well, I don't want to be on Facebook because people are just going to complain. Well, people are going to complain anyways. So I think if you are on there too and you can react to it, it's going to be so much better for you than if you're just not there. I know myself personally, if someone's going to say something about my business or about me, I want to have the chance to reply. I want to have the chance to make it better. I don't want people just to be complaining all the time. And I know certain industries, you're always going to have complainers, you know, running a telephone or TV business. If the power goes out, if your TV goes out, people are going to complain, even if it's not your fault. Running, you know, if you have some sort of credit card company, or, you know, if your interest rates go up, they're going to complain. It's not your fault. It's something, it's just part of business. But being able to respond sympathetically and apologize sincerely, if you can make amends, if something happened and you know, they couldn't get into your business for a few days, they couldn't get onto your website to do, you know, if it's Shutterfly, you can't get on to upload your pictures and, you know, make your purchase, you know, maybe giving them a discount. Doing that sort of thing directly on your Facebook page shows, you know, when someone else looks later, oh, I see that they made it right. You know, they went above and beyond and replied and said they were sorry sincerely, and I can tell that they really meant it. A lot of times that interaction can turn around that negative comment and have such an impact. It's actually going to be something positive for you when it started out as a negative. Whereas if you weren't on Facebook and you weren't responding, that could have had a negative impact that you didn't even know about. So I think it's great to use it that way too. If the person's really complaining, just say, hey, what's a number I can call you at? I'd like to discuss this further and see what we can do. Take it offline if the person's just going to keep ranting and there's not really anything you can do. At least show that you're trying, so other customers see that you are a reputable company and you care about your customers. All right, so doing your first ad. I like to cover this. A lot of times it can be overwhelming for people, so I cover the main topics that can help them get started. So let's flip back to the screen. Oh, I had the screen on, didn't I? Now I just stopped it. Okay. There we go. Screen 2. I'll go back here. Shrink that. All right. So if you are going to create your first ad, assuming that your page is complete, you go to promote, and you can promote your website, invite friends. So if you have a brand new website, inviting your friends is a great way to kind of grow your initial page so you have some likes. Not everyone's going to be your ideal client, so, you know, kind of think about that. It's not just about how many likes you get. It's going to be about connecting with the right people. So that's important to know. I hate to hear people saying that they're buying likes, or that they're posting, you know, in this Facebook group that they're in, hey, like my page. You know, it's not about liking your page. It's about liking what you have to say. It's about liking your business. So make it more about the business and not just about the number of likes on your page. So if you click on Go to Ads Manager, this is actually the place that you can create your ads and see what's going on. So you click right up in the corner, Create Ad. And in here, you're just going to choose which type of campaign you want to run. Most of the time, people are just going to be doing a send people to your website. If you want them to interact with your actual website, your products, that's usually the easiest. I recently did a get video views. So that one, you upload a video directly and you can have videos. The call to action isn't as prominent on a video one, I found out. So if you have them, you know, like want them to sign up for your class or whatever, the register here button is at the end of the video. So if they don't watch the whole video, they're not going to see that call to action button. So then I included the link directly in the text above the video, so the link was more prominent so they would notice it. But that's just something to be aware of. But we'll just do the send people to your website one here. And then you just choose the website that you want them to go to. I'll do one for invitations here. So you, I also do wedding invitations, so I have a separate page for that. So I like to promote that one often. And then if you have a Facebook pixel, make sure to add it onto the actual ad, so then you know where your links are coming from. And if you don't have one, you can go ahead and create one from here. So make sure you do that. You can give it a name if you want to. So if you do a lot of ads, you know which one's which. Otherwise, just go ahead to set audience. And in here is where you can get kind of, I think it's exciting. So depending on where you're at, if you have a brick and mortar store, you might just want to do your hometown plus 50 miles around it. It might make it easy for you if your audience is the whole World Wide Web. You can do the United States and make it real broad. I usually like to keep it to within the state or the tri-state area. Depends on who I'm contacting. So I'm a Midwest girl, so I usually do my tri-state area. If I'm doing a local brick and mortar store, I usually do their town plus like 50 or 100 miles around them, depending on their target audience. So that is the first step. You can select your age that you want to target. Again, it depends on your market. I usually do about 22 or 23 up because my target is going to be business owners. And usually 18-year-olds don't own their own business. Usually, I do know a few that own successful businesses at a very young age, but I usually start there. I know the gender can be a huge one. I know a lot of womenpreneurs who target other women as their target audience. So you can choose that. And if you want to target languages, if you're going to do the whole U.S., you might want to just do English-speaking people who you can interact with. Or if your product is more for the bilingual, you can target those people who speak the language that you want to target. So I think that's a great tip. The detailed targeting, this is where it really gets fun. So for my invitation business, I like to target people who are recently engaged. So I look at the relationship status as engaged, and those are the people that I target my ads to for the wedding invitations. I mean, it only makes sense, but I mean, you can get this specific, and that's something that girls like to change on Facebook immediately when they get engaged. So it's going to be up to date. Whereas, someone's job title, that could be one I target for people, if they want it to be the owner of the business. You can go to type in owner and just look over to the right, and it changes from interest to behavior to employment status. So I usually look for the one that says either self-employed, owner, employers, and it says job, oh, not went too fast. Job title was owner. So that's probably the one I would select. And as you get more specific, you can see over here to the right, your audience definition, the needle starts to move. Your ideal area is going to be having that needle pretty much vertical. You're going to want it to be kind of right in the middle to have your target audience on there. So if you had, like Mary Jo has a health business. So if you wanted to target people that were into running as an interest or yoga, I mean, you can pick out their interest. If you want to target people who are fans of another website, you can do that. You can target people who like Runner's World Facebook page, or something like that. So it's super awesome to be able to pick and choose exactly the people you want to see your ads. You don't have to send it to everyone. If you're a small town business, a lot of times I do just send it to everyone, because you want to promote to everyone in town what you do. If you're the local bar in town and you want everyone to see your weekly special that week, you can send it to everyone. but you don't have to, which is the great part about Facebook. The next part here is going to be, oh, and you can save the audience. So if this is the audience you're going to use multiple times, you don't have to go in and put all that in again. You can just save it, give it a name, so you remember next time, and boom, it'll be there next time. You don't have to do that again. All right, so how much do you want to spend? You can choose a daily budget. If you want to spend $20 a day, you sure can. I never do. I go to lifetime budget, and I put in, I usually do $20 for a week, depending on if it's a local business. $20 for a week if you're just targeting your 50 to 100 mile radius is plenty. If you're targeting the US, maybe you want a $100 budget to really hit more people. So it's just going to depend on how large your market is. You can look over onto the right to this estimated daily reach, and it's going to tell you right there how many people that they think it'll reach based on the number that you put in. So you can kind of see that too. Like, oh, okay, 2,000 people will see it every day. So that's a pretty decent number. Then down here, I usually schedule a start and end date. I'm almost always starting them immediately. Sometimes I schedule ads for customers out, one a month, and I schedule it ahead of time for them. So you can go in and say, okay, I want this to run the week of the 13th. I'll do that whole week, and we'll start it, right away at 8 a.m. on Sunday, and we'll go until 10 p.m. on that Saturday. So you can pick your time zone. And again, when you change the dates, as you get a smaller range, your numbers are going to go up here on the right to your estimated daily reach. And you'll see here your ad will run until the 19th. You'll spend $20 total. Make sure it says total, and you haven't accidentally done daily budget of $20, and then it says you're going to spend, it'll say, okay, I'm going to spend $132, a little different. So make sure you look at what you're selecting there. Okay, and link click to your website. I usually just leave it automatic. I kind of leave all the basics here that they have. If you want to give it a specific name, you sure can. Otherwise, click choose ad creative. Oops, minimum budget is $35, $5 per day. They recently changed this. I never used to have a $5 minimum. So this is something new I just found this week. So yes, if you have to do at least $5 per day. I guess I wasn't figuring that in when I picked my dates there. So it reminds you have to have $5 a day. So make sure you change that then, and then click on the creative. So in here, you can choose to do a single image as your ad or multiple images. This can be really cool if you do multiple images. I don't know if you've noticed some ads where it's like part of a picture, and then when you have to scroll to the next picture, it continues to the next picture. So that's a really cool feature, I think, to be able to have all of those, have the picture continue, the story continue as you go along. I actually haven't done any of those myself for my own business, but I usually just do the single image. So we'll just do that here and click on the image you want to use. So if you have one created, go in and look for what you want to do. If you don't, again, Canva is a great tool. Go into Canva and create one, and again, there's an option if you scroll down for Facebook ads under the ads section of Canva. So while that's uploading, we'll continue down here. Select the page that you want it to be on, that you want it to advertise on. Obviously, most people only have one choice there. I just happen to have multiple since I manage other people's Facebook pages. Give it a headline. The headline is actually what shows up below the image, so I think that's deceiving. It shouldn't say headline, it should say like tagline. But so you can change that to whatever you want. So, make it whatever would stand out for your customers. The text is what's going to show up above your picture, so that's really the body of your post that people see. Is that text above it. And it tries to limit you to a certain number of characters, but you can put in there as much as you want, and it'll just have a read more button. So put in as a detail as you want there to talk about whatever picture or image or your contact information, and then make sure you change the call to action button to to be relevant, sign up, learn more, contact us, you know, whatever you want it to say. So do a learn more button. So then on here, you'd see the image, you have your body text up here, your picture, your tagline or your headline right here, and then your learn more button that they can click on, and that will link directly to your website, whatever website that you originally gave them. That the page in the beginning that you, when you clicked on, that you wanted it to be a link to your website, you put that website in, this is where the button will go then. And over here you can see where it's going to show up. So Facebook bought Instagram a while ago, so they now have access to put your ads also on Instagram. So if you have a great visual product, putting that on Instagram would be awesome. The audience network, I don't usually use. They're able to reach your other target audience and other mobile websites approved by Facebook. So Facebook approves them, so they're probably decent, but I still am leery, so I remove that one myself. Otherwise, I want to be in your mobile newsfeed. I want to be in the desktop right column. That used to be kind of a taboo area, the right-hand column. It was all bogus ads and stuff you didn't want to click on, but that's really grown over time as it's not really an issue anymore. So I know I personally click on ads all the time where they're, you know, I was on Kohl's website buying something, and later on it's showing me that same product in an ad on my page. It's like, oh, I guess they followed me, so I'm okay with clicking on those ads. It's like, oh yeah, I wanted to buy that, and I'll go click on it. So that's a great place to be too. And then you just click place order or review order and make sure everything looks okay. You've got your target, you've got your $30 limit, you've got, you know, pay per clicks. This is the ad name, you've got your image, and then just hit place order. And it takes a little while to become live. You know, it could take 5 minutes, it could take an hour. It just depends on how fast Facebook is that day. One thing to remember when you're creating your ads is you can only have 20% text on your image. So they want to keep it not salesy, not full of words. So sometimes you have to shrink your words to fit the 20% that they require. And Facebook does have a grid tool. If you just type in Facebook grid tool, you can upload your image and it'll tell you whether you're fitting in within that 20%. It has a little fudge room if your text isn't all in the same place. Like this image worked, and there's text on the cards itself. It's not counting that. It was only counting the text on the just the custom wedding invitations, the big text there. So just keep that in mind, that you can only have 20% of your picture as text. And one other, let's see here, let's go back to our presentation here. So now you've created your first ad. We set everything up here, got your daily budget, got creative, your ad size recommended for websites is 1200 pixels by 628 pixels, so that's something to keep in mind. All right, scheduling posts. So if you don't already do this, scheduling posts is super awesome. I was going to show you this earlier, but I forgot to move this slide up. When you're typing in a post on your web page, you can go down here and click schedule and do schedule post. So that is a great way to go through and set up all your posts for the whole month or the week, whatever you want to do, so you're not in there every day wasting your own time, because it's so easy to get distracted on Facebook. This is a great way to keep it fresh without having to do it daily or weekly. So scheduling posts are awesome. Editing your posts or deleting them. Say you have a typo, say you want to remove it. It was an event that was happening, you're trying to get people to, and then you decided you didn't want to have it there, or you can't do it. You can go in, there's a little caret in the upper right hand corner that'll show up if you hover over it, and you can click on that and go to delete or edit and change what's going on. So that is a great little tip. A lot of people are like, I don't know how to change it. So deleting is awesome, or editing. Okay, this is one little tip I didn't have in the preview, but I think it's awesome. This is brand new to Facebook. If you have a physical store, this new Facebook beacon is amazing. Facebook you can get this for free. It's called the Facebook Beacon. If you just type it into a search engine, it'll pop up. You have to request it, but it's free. It's this little white hexagonal blobby thing here on the left of the picture, and then it sends out a Bluetooth signal. So when people step into your store, if they have their Facebook, if they are sitting in your waiting room and they open up Facebook and are searching, and they have their place tips enabled, if they have their location enabled for Facebook, which a ton of people do, they'll see your most recent posts and tips, or they'll see their friends' posts or reviews. So this is what they'll see if they click on it. They'll see their friends' photos from your business. They'll see their friends' posts about your business. So if they have, if they're getting interaction with other people, they're going to see it first. They'll see your most recent posts. You can kind of push, if you have specials or something, this will pop up right there. So I think this is great for people who have brick and mortar stores. If you have people walking through your doors, I highly recommend contacting Facebook and getting one of these. But it is, they do pick and choose people. They want you to be active. They want you to be a valid Facebook person. So beef up your page, your photos, your updates, your check-ins before you request it, to make sure that they're going to give it to you. So I think there's a waiting list right now, but it was released brand new, I believe in June. All right, so some of my tips: start small, be prepared to put some time in, be consistent with your posting. And if you have multiple social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, make sure your username's the same on all of them, so it's easy. You're easy to find. So I use Simple Wolf on everything. So make all of my handles are the same. So it's not, one is Marketing Media Genius, Facebook/Marketing Media Genius, or Facebook/ or Twitter/ Simple Wolf Media Guru. Don't make them all different unless you have to. Sometimes the name is taken, but try to keep them consistent. Keep them the same for everything. Monitor your pages. That's definitely important. Make sure you're getting emails or notifications when people are commenting, so you can reply. Make sure you're not just leaving the page unattended. And engage with your customers and other businesses. Reply as your business to someone's post or other businesses' post, or share other local businesses or businesses in your industry's posts on your Facebook page, or tag them if you're using a product of theirs in your video or whatever. Have some interaction with other businesses, with other people. It's a great way to grow your reach of who's seeing what you're posting. So that is basically it. I hope you guys learned a lot today. I hope you followed along with the handy little handout. It was editable, so you could fill it out as we went. I probably should have mentioned as we were going, but I can send you this if anybody wants it. Just contact me and let me know if you want the presentation. But it's totally up to you. Just shoot me an email reply. I know you guys all got emails about the event beforehand, so let me know if you want to get this. If you have any other questions, let me know in the chat box here. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes, but I think we are about done. And I am just so excited. I hope you guys learned a lot. I plan to do more of these. I want to do more of these on a regular basis. So keep checking back. Check my Facebook page. If you want to keep the chat going, I just started a Facebook group. So scroll down to the bottom of the website here. You'll see, want to keep the discussion going, join the free Facebook community here, and you can click on there and interact with me right there. I'll try to stay active and answer questions. I want it to be a safe place for everyone to be able to go other small businesses and post questions or say, hey, what's working for you? I really want to do a postcard promotion for my business, and I need some feedback. What's worked in your neck of the woods? Or what do you think of this design? It's a place we'll be able to interact and ask questions privately. So that's my goal there. It's brand new. There's like 3 people in it right now. I just started it, but please join. And as we get more people, I'm going to have challenges and more stuff for you to do and interact with and learn from. So hopefully this was great for you guys and you learned something. And hopefully I see you in the Facebook group. Shoot me an email if you have any questions, and Thanks for stopping, guys. I hope you have a great Friday and a great weekend. Bye.